Come on, if you can do it, do it. You can't do it. You're just a housewife. You can't survive.
My husband is going to file for divorce in front of me again today. He always looks down on me and does this whenever he doesn't like something. I've put up with it for years, but I can't take it anymore. Let's say goodbye to this unreasonable life. I've made up my mind.
You'd better be ready.
I'm Claudine, 30 years old. I've been married for 8 years. I graduated from a fashion school and worked as a sewing staff at an apparel company before I got married. I met my husband Nico, who works for a trading company at a company social event. He graduated from a prestigious university and was employed by a trading company. At the party, he dressed smartly in a suit and was always considerate to women. And I thought he was very popular and nice. So I was surprised when he liked me and approached me. He asked me to go out with him on a promise of marriage, and I became more and more crazy about him. He was kind, and our relationship progressed smoothly, and we got married. When we got married, he asked me to quit my job to support him. However, I had a bad relationship with my boss at the time, and I ended up becoming a full-time housewife. I thought I could start working again when my married life settled down. 7 years have passed since then.
Mom!
Welcome home. You're home early.
I'm hungry. Make me dinner first.
Yeah. I'm getting ready now. So just wait a little bit longer.
What? What isn't it ready by the time I get home?
I told you I was going to my parents. That's why I'm later than usual. And I didn't expect you home so early, so...
What? That's a lie about being home.
What?
You lied about going home to meet a guy. You slut.
What are you talking about? That can't be true. You can check with my parents.
Fine. I can always get this out.
He brought out his usual papers. Again?
Here it is.
Why do you always bring out the divorce papers so easily?
I tore them up the other day. I got them again. You can't leave me. You can't do anything on your own. But it's gonna be okay. I won't give you this if you do what I say. Go on. Get my dinner ready.
Yes. I returned to the kitchen. Like this, my husband threatens me with divorce whenever he doesn't like something. He gets grumpy just because I forgot to tell him that I was a day late in taking out his suit for dry cleaning, or if I went to the bank late. I used to have lunch or tea with my friends, but he was also very sarcastic about that.
Going out to lunch with my money? How nice for a stay-at-home wife. I bet there was not a speck of dust in the house. You don't think I know that your friend is a guy, do you?
I lived at home until I got married and saved my money. And I used my own money to go out with friends and to buy personal things. But when I got married, it was our property as a couple. And I was sure that we were living on my husband's earnings. So I kept quiet and didn't argue with him. Since I was told to let him know when I was planning to go out, I have been seeing my friends much less often. Even so, I still met my best friend Alyssa from time to time, and she listened to me. That's typical possessiveness. I knew, I was already aware of it. At first I thought it was only when he was in a bad mood. Nothing has been wrong with my marriage 2 or 3 years, and we all have our irritating moments. But he has been verbally abusive, getting worse year by year, and he makes fun of my educational background at every opportunity.
What can you do with a technical college degree? You were lucky to be married to me. I was an element. You've been in trouble if I left you. You can't leave me because you were just a housewife, can you?
He's fundamentally disrespecting me. My husband wanted me to be a housewife, but when we were not blessed with children after 3 years of marriage, I told him I wanted to work, but he refused to let me.
If you start working, you would neglect the housework, wouldn't you?
I'll take care of the house, so it doesn't matter if it's a part-time job or a work-from-home job. I'll find a job.
I won't allow you to do that. What are you going to spend it on? My money is not enough for you.
No, but
Okay then. There's nothing you can do for my company. So just do me a favor. You are married and ill it, so it's your job to support me.
He would say the divorce would be easy if we had a fight. But at first he was joking. But in the last few years, he's been threatening me with this, and his attitude towards me has only gotten worse every year. But he's still very kind when he is in a good mood. And after being with him for so long, divorce is not an option for me, and I have come this far. What is even more annoying is that he is very good looking on the outside. When we meet neighbors when we are walking together, or when we bump into someone we know when we're shopping together, he's very affectionate. He also acts like he cares about me. When he meets with my parents, he's also very friendly.
Well, Claudine is always there for me.
He'll say stuff like that. One day, I was in the living room and sewing, and my husband came home earlier than usual.
What are you doing?
I'm making a stuffed animal. His expression changed.
What? A stuffed animal? What are you playing?
I'm not playing. I'm making it for someone.
For who?
A friend. I'm making it for my friend's kid.
I've never heard of anything like that. It's a man, right? You're probably out there playing with boys again, pretending it's just a kid or something.
What do you mean, again? Why are we talking about this? You told me not to work, so I thought I would at least do something I can do at home.
Wait a minute. Look, I already filled out the divorce papers. You don't want me to leave you. What's that look on your face? I don't think you can. Get rid of this piece of trash.
I lost my patience with my husband, who threw away the stuffed toy I was making and scoffed at my precious sewing tools as garbage. Now, I have been worried about what I would do if my husband would file for divorce. Even if I became a regular housewife like my husband said, I would not be able to make a living, and I would not be able to do anything. That's what I thought. I guess words have a soul. I'm glad I woke up before his words broke my heart. Why am I not divorced? What do I care about in this marriage? If you think about it, I'm in the perfect place. My thoughts ran through my head as I thought about it calmly. Alisa, I'm gonna break down if I keep living like this. I've made up my mind. The next day, I told my friend Alisa my decision. You mean you've decided? You're getting a divorce? Yes, that's right. Then I support you as much as I can. But can we just hold out a little bit longer? What? Alisa, you've given me a lot of advice before about how I should break up with them, right? Yes, that's why. For your own sake. Just a little bit longer. What do you mean? Alisa explained to me, and then her thoughts made sense to me. He'd better brace himself. A few weeks later, I was sewing on the couch again, and my husband came home. Welcome home. Good job today. Oh, dinner's ready. You want some now?
I need to take a bath first.
Okay, your bath is ready. And I'll get you a towel.
You've been very thoughtful lately.
He nodded in satisfaction and turned to the sofa. I'm making clothes. His color changed.
Huh? Again? I told you to stop.
I'm doing my chores properly.
So you're gonna ask me to do something for you? I'm not gonna let you go to work.
No, there's nothing more I want from you. My husband took it differently and snickered.
That's right. You're lucky to be married to me. Keep up with the good work. Get the bath ready soon.
Yes.
Prepare dinner while in the tub.
I whispered to myself as he walked to the bathroom. Last supper. And then, as I was relaxing at my parents' house for the weekend, my husband came to visit me with the new makeup.
Claudine!
What?
You're here after all. So you didn't go to your parents' house. What are you doing here?
I asked the office how to file for divorce. And so, it's been filed.
What do you mean?
I meant exactly what I said. You don't have to go file for divorce anymore. You've been going here so many times. The people at the office know your name and face.
You filed for divorce? You left so suddenly. Who's going to feed me and clean the house?
Why don't you do it yourself?
But I don't know how to cook or where my shirts and ties are.
I did everything, that's why.
That's right. You've been doing everything for me lately. You did it, so I wouldn't leave you.
Something was off, right? It's not so you won't leave me. I've always taken care of the house. But the last time I did anything for you was to make sure you couldn't do anything, now that you are alone. I've changed the arrangement of the furniture, the bank books, your underwear.
You can't live without me, can you? Why did you file for divorce?
Because I wanted to. I'm not going to live with you anymore.
What are you talking about? You can't do anything on your own.
It's you, isn't it? You're the one who's been pushing divorce papers on me every day. And you're the one who's been politely urging me to serve them with a signature. You are an adult, and you should take responsibility for your words and actions.
That's a load of crap. It's null and void. The divorce is already final. What?
It was my father who interrupted us.
Nico, it's been a long time. I'm sorry it had to come to this. Dad? It's a misunderstanding. We had a fight. Claudine misunderstood. I guess we misunderstood too. You were always a good boy when you came to our house, and you were nice to Claudine. Right? Hey, Claudine, tell your father. I was totally fooled. What? You looked down on Claudine and tied her down. I couldn't believe it when I first heard it. It's a lie. It was just a misunderstanding. Maybe once or twice. But can you say that after seeing this? What?
My father had a notebook in his hand, my diary. He starts flipping through it. May 12th, I had a headache because of the pressure. And it was raining hard, so I decided to go to the cleaner tomorrow. When I told Nico when I got home, he cursed me again. What can you do then? He said. He told me that I was a useless person and that I should get the divorce papers again tomorrow if I could. He started to fill them out. His face grows so pale that I can hear him trembling. This is what I had written over the years.
I felt bad for my daughter when I read this. I'm sorry I didn't believe you, Claudine.
My mother nodded her head in pain next to me.
That's a made-up story. She's lying to get a divorce. Is there another man in your life after all this?
I scowled at him.
If she's making this up, read the whole thing. The dates and the weather would be enough to make it credible and a court of law of arbitration. In court?
And I also have the last 23 months of our conversation on tape.
What?
I want my share of the divorce assets, and I want compensation for all the years of emotional pain and suffering. I gave him an ultimatum. I have enough evidence. Alyssa, who had been consulting with me for a long time, came out of the room. Of course, my best friend, who's known my parents for a long time, was here today too.
Which one? You.
I'm Claudine's best friend. Your misdeeds are well documented, so be prepared. I advise her to keep records and evidence that will be admissible in court. It will be a good judge of evidence.
Advice? Who the hell are you?
He's going after Alyssa. I'm just a friend who wants Claudine to be happy. But my husband is a lawyer. Alyssa smiles at him, but he looks even paler. You were fine at the beginning of your marriage. But now you treat Claudine as if she were your housekeeper.
How the hell do you know? Did you look into it?
He fell into Alyssa's trap and dug his own grave. Whoa, I was right. I just set you up. I'd like to see the end. I nodded to Allison and stood in front of him. The divorce is final, and you need to get the hell out. I'll be in touch with my lawyer regarding property division and alimony. I don't want you in my life anymore.
Wait, you can't do this on your own. You're a grown woman living on your parents' money. I'll take care of you. Come back.
Are you still saying that? You always opposed me when I wanted to work. But I made clothes and stuffed animals and sold them online. It's a pittance, but I'm getting more orders and I'm paying my bills.
What? That's why. We say she doesn't have to do it, but she's paying her way. You've always made fun of my daughter, who graduated from a vocational school. She's got a job and she's willing to learn. You're an elite man, but you only graduated from a prestigious university and joined a big company. That's all. You're a small man who can't even say thank you to his wife.
He's red-faced and trembling. But there's nothing he can say in return.
Oh, I get it. Claudine, you can remarry me, okay? Come back. I care about you because I love you. You don't like me anymore.
No, I don't hate you.
Claudine,
I don't even feel that way anymore. Not at all. You don't exist inside my heart anymore. Your words are violent, just because you can't really do anything. My heart was broken. So, goodbye. I'll never see you again. I felt better, and finally, I smiled and let him go. According to his lawyer, he was a shell of a man after that, and he agreed to the division of his property. With the evidence I had accumulated over the years, the alimony claim was easily approved. At work, it seems that the divorce got known, and rumors are spreading that alimony has been demanded and that he had an affair. He used to look down on me, playing the elitist. But I heard that his colleagues and juniors were moving up to the ladder ahead of him because of his personality. Maybe he was taking out his frustration on me because he wasn't getting the recognition he wanted. Either way, he's a scumbag. I got an interview at the local dry cleaning store and got a job doing hemming and mending. I also make stuffed animals, bags, and clothes. You know, how pressed stitches are all the rage these days. I get the most orders for that. They give me very detailed instructions, even down on the color in the clothes. It's important for the business. I see. But you're getting more orders because your work is so detailed and reproducible, right? I'm glad to hear that. It's fun to communicate with the young. And today I was giving Alyssa an update at the cafe. I can't thank my best friend enough for her support and advice over the years. I'm thinking of moving out of my parents' house once my income is stable. But my mom and dad say I should stay with them. Why not? You're paying the bills. And if you let them spoil you a bit, they'll be happy to have you. I guess so. But I've made them worry about me. So I want to spend more time with them now. I'm making my dad something. That's nice. I'll make you anything you want to, as a thank you. I really enjoyed this time. I'm happy to be able to live a normal life with a happy heart. I'm not elite. I'm not special. And I'm going to do what I can and try to get better, little by little. If I can make the people around me smile, my life will be happier. This is just the beginning.